Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the public hearing. The Chloride Water District and Improvement Water District regarding the proposed budget for the fiscal year 26-27. We have provided a draft copy review on the website, posted in our office and the post office. Sent copies out with our billing. And if you wish to speak, please fill out a request form provided by Kathy and submit it to us. When you're called on, please speak. Keep in mind the invitation to speak on this matter only. It will be in no particular order, just individuals want to speak. And you'll be limited to a three-minute period. And before we start this, Ron has something he wants to read.
Can we do that right now? Or do we have to do it?
No, we don't have to do that. We do that for the meeting.
With what happened at the last meeting, before we begin today's meeting, I'd like to address one item. Due to the disruption that resulted in our last meeting being adjourned before business could be completed, the Sheriff's Office has agreed to have a deputy present today. This present is solely to help ensure that the meeting can be proceeded safely, respectfully, and in accordance with the law. We welcome everyone to attend and participate during the designated public comment period. We simply ask that everyone follow the meeting rules, allow others to speak without interruption, and respect the chair's ruling. If anyone refuses to comply after being warned, they will be asked to leave, so the board can continue conducting the public meeting. Our goal is not to prevent perpetration. It is to ensure everyone has the opportunity to be heard in an orderly and respectful meeting. Thank you for your cooperation. To help ensure future meetings can be conducted safely, respectfully, and without interruptions, the board will utilize the Water Department maintenance manager to provide security at our meetings. The maintenance manager background meets all the necessary requirements to serve in the capacity, and his presence is solely to help maintain the safe and orderly environment so the board can conduct the public business. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Okay, I'm going to open the hearing. Does anybody care to speak?
Well, you probably want me to talk about the changes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yes.
have mentioned some
Okay.
changes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody's probably gonna have questions since that wasn't posted. Okay, so Ron and I went over our budget a little bit closer after the draft was approved. And we both kind of agreed that the fee schedule, we had 3,400 last year. I kind of underestimated to play it safe, but we agreed that we could probably, for budget purposes, go up to 3,500, which kind of makes us look a little better, and it's not unreasonable to assume that we'll probably get that billing. So I went ahead and changed that revenue on the top. That's why there's that difference of $500. So that's it for that part, and that's it actually for the first whole page. Then I had to go ahead, when I got my billing in from liability, I had to adjust that from 4,800 to 5,100. So there's a $300 difference there. Yeah, everything's going up. The office software, I got my renewal and it was a little bit different, so I had to change that. And also I was really hoping Pat Byrne would be able to finish the telemetry. They have some additional hookups to do down at Mineral Park to give us our telemetry online, and he just was not able to meet the deadline of the end of last month. So I had to put their last invoice of $7,100 over into the new year. So now we have the materials that I'm hoping to spend of $76.75. I'm hoping to be able to spend that on materials. And we still have the last invoice of $7,163 that I have to put in for Pat Byrne once they're finished with their telemetry work. So those two things were the only thing that changed. And so now I'm opening up the floor for questions. Does anybody have any questions regarding the budget? Go ahead.
I was looking for it, this one, on the website. How did I miss that? Where was it at?
The budget is on there. I did post it on there. I'll have to look and tell you what page it's under, but I'm pretty sure it's on the front page.
Will you please let me know? 'Cause
Yes, I will.
'cause you
And
did
I'll
say
actually
that
let
before,
everybody
and
know.
I tried and I still didn't find it.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
I will not only let you know, but I'll let everybody know, because that's definitely something people should have access to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else on the budget? No? Okay. All right. That's
Okay.
easy.
Okay, fine. At the end of the public input, and we will talk about this in the regular meeting. Now I'll move on to the regular meeting and start with the pledge of allegiance.
Excuse me, I was asking Kathy a question. I didn't give my 3 minutes.
No, that the call to the public is at the end of the regular meeting.
But this is still the hearing for the budget review, yes or no?
I just asked if there was any more questions, and you
didn't
said
stand up,
no.
you didn't say a word. You're done.
Excuse me, I will stand up and say a word because I
You're done.
didn't realize I gave up my right to speak when I responded
done.
to Kathy.
Sit down.
I don't think that's correct.
Let's just.
You asked
All right,
if I had
you
a
got
question
the-
about your corrections. I expected that was a question
you don't have
about
3
your
minutes.
corrections.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry I misunderstood. Your corrections is what I was
Please
addressing.
speak up, some of us are hard of hearing over there. Please speak up.
Your 3 minutes are running.
I'm trying to accommodate this
Your
gentleman.
3 minutes are running.
I'm going to respond to Ron's introduction about the disturbance last month.
No, this is for
Nothing
the,
to do with that.
This is
not
just for the
have anything to
budget
do with
hearing.
that.
Budget related.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I am not pleased with the budget for several reasons. First of all, it includes nothing about some kind of savings and a goal to purchase the emergency backup generator. We've had several opportunities to get that purchased, and there's nothing in the budget that does that. From what I can tell, all of our eggs are in the basket of the next grant. We don't have a whole lot of luck with grants lately, so I'm not willing to wait for 2 years and be vulnerable again for 2 years waiting for a generator when we have nothing in the budget. There's nothing in the budget to make accommodations for leak tracing. Ron was talking about starting leak tracing in October. I'm assuming there's expenses involved with that. Our leaks are using up way too much of our income. There should be something in the budget that gets us a program going to look for our leaks. I've asked through several emails for the balances of our accounts, our ARPA account, what are the other accounts I've been asking for that we are obtaining interest from, our reserve account, our capital and improvement account. None of those are ever listed anyway. What are those balances? Why are we earning interest and where is it coming from? I noticed that we are purchasing 2% less water, but we're expecting 9% more in sales. I don't know how that's going to work. I know our USDA loan is our biggest expense. I've asked for its interest rate. I've asked for its balance, and I'm asking, has anybody looked into the program that I shared with you about getting together with the USDA and trying to get a reduced rate for our interest?
Your time's up.
Thank you.
I'd like to address.
Okay.
So
Did
she's
she
just
sign
very
the paper?
concerned.
No, you didn't sign
She's
the
very
paper.
concerned about.
Didn't have
She
to.
signed a paper.
You didn't have to for the.
Didn't have to for this.
Oh, my fault. I'm sorry.
So she's very concerned about where our money is going with this water thing, but yet she requests so much time and money and energy and everything else from the office that takes up time, money, and energy, but yet she's worried about all these other things. Where do you think all the money goes for all the questions and the ridiculous things that you ask? Where do you think that is going? It's a volunteer board. We have a very small staff, and you take up so much time and money, resources, asking your pathetic questions over and over and over again, that if you would watch every single one of our meetings, you would get the answers for. That's
Thank
all
you.
I'd like to say.
Thank you. Anybody else?
We'll close it now.
Okay, the hearing is officially closed right now. Now we will start the regular meeting with pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. Mark.
I am here.
Ron.
Here.
Angie.
Present.
Lance is on vacation, so we do have a quorum. We are confirmed with a quorum. I'd like a motion and a second for the regular board meetings and a special board meeting on 5/13/26 and 6/15/26.
I move we approve the minutes for May 13th and June, what, 10th?
June 15th.
We didn't really have a meeting, but
Well, yeah, we do
we
a
were
special.
here. But I move we approve the minutes from the meeting.
Okay,
I'll second.
all in favor? So moved. Board members report. Mark, you got anything?
No, I do.
Tell us about going over the ocean.
It was fun.
Ron, you got?
I want to cover the water loss.
Okay.
May, if we would have had a meeting, that was 36%. June, this month is 42% on water loss.
How much was it? 2%?
Yeah. Don't understand that, but it's weird. Okay, anything else?
Let me check my notes. Sorry. That's it.
Okay, Angie?
I just want to tell you that I was contacted by the lady, the district leader or whatever they call them from Rural Water. And she said that she definitely wanted to help us out with tracing our leaks, but
What do they mean by tracing?
I have no idea what
Yeah,
she means.
that's scares me.
Because,
No,
because
yeah.
there's no way, I mean, you have to physically find them.
Yeah.
And I tried to explain to her that the problem that we have here is that the water precipitates down. And unless it's been coming up for a long, long time, you're not gonna see it until it's bubbling, like, you know how, I don't have to tell anybody here how it works. But, she said, well, she would get back to me because she was going on some other trips and, but I haven't heard back from her yet, so.
There is some solar ones that are
Yeah.
a little
Yeah, they're
but-
better.
I did talk to her about, the last time somebody had tried to help
Yeah.
us and he didn't find any leaks and we had,
Yeah.
but that was
We
before.
ended up paying a lot of money.
That was before we were on
Sounds
the
like
board.
$7,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I had no, I
Yeah.
couldn't offer her, I didn't know who it was exactly, but she said that she would get back with us and I haven't heard back, so,
Thank you.
Well, that's about the, never mind.
yeah, I know.
Okay, managers' reports. Kathy?
I don't really have a lot to say. Pat Burn Construction did apologize, and they have it set up to do on Friday, hopefully.
Okay.
I'm expecting to meet him.
Yeah,
tell him
I'm like, we have to have this money spent by August, please.
Yeah.
Finish this so
Yeah.
that we can get your invoice turned in and we can get you paid. I mean, I've been holding this invoice since April.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And, so hopefully we'll just get this done on Friday.
Well,
and
we
I can
have
get that
until
turned in.
December.
No, we have until August.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
it's the
it's
end
all-
of the fiscal year, that's right. No.
So,
Yeah,
no,
wrong-
we-
wrong
and,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we do need to start that conversation about spending that last 7,600
Yeah.
as well. That,
Well,
you
the
guys
grant-
have agreed on material.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
grant covered, when I wrote it, it covered pipeline appurtenances and materials. So that would be chargeable back to the grant.
Right. Right. So I mean, I don't know if I'm just ordering a bunch of meters, which we will go through, meters in line. If we want to do a new meter for the cattle guard, I know that was discussed. We talked about,
Yeah, we need to,
but we need to drill down and do this so I can get a purchase done and
Yeah.
before we run out of time.
With that, I mean, well, I might bring it up. We
Yes.
spent numerous days going around checking check valves,
Yeah.
lines, going through all the buildings, checking all the check valves, making sure pressure differentials,
Yeah.
everything was holding.
I know.
The only thing that we can come back to is that flow meter that comes into the cattle guard. It's very, very old.
Yeah, it
And
is.
it
It got replaced back in 2017.
The date on the meter is 2011.
17? Okay.
So, that was
Yeah.
one.
I would recommend that we replace that meter. I would
Yeah.
recommend that we replace the meter because that will back us up.
Yeah,
Because the cat, or not the cat, but Valley did theirs. So if we can do
Okay.
ours,
Yeah.
and they're both new.
and they're both
Yeah,
calibrated, we can take our old one, send it in, have it
Yeah,
recalibrated and everything else and have a spare, but that way, trying to find the leaks.
Yeah.
And that, we have to back up.
have we got
I'll
a
try to get
price?
3 quotes on one.
You have
It's a
one?
4-inch line, Ben confirmed that, so I will, no, I will get 3
We-
quotes.
Oh, that's what I mean, yeah.
Wow.
When it gets to me, I have info on it.
Okay, all right, well, let's go ahead and get that so we know what we're talking about.
Well, I'm pretty much done, that was really.
Okay. Lau,
Okay, as far as that cattle guard meter, I did call Chuck at Arizona Waterworks today. I gave him the model number, the serial number, but he was on the road.
Okay.
So, I sent him a text and he hasn't contacted me back.
Yeah.
So, he's gonna let us know roughly, you know, what it's gonna run.
okay,
So, this month, we put in 2 new services, one down on First Street, just off of Hercules, and we put a new service up on Bullion. And while we were there on Bullion, we fixed the valve that is at 5th and Bullion. That's a service valve for the whole line of Bullion going
Is
down.
it locked?
What's that?
Is that valve locked?
No, it's not locked, it's underground.
Oh, okay, so.
Okay. It was, the knob on the top of it was broken and we replaced it.
okay.
So that's been fixed. The chlorine tank on the left in our chlorine shack had a couple of broken parts. I've replaced it, fixed it, it's all back up in service. I have created a list of 2.5-inch parts to turn our tank down at Mineral Park so that we can truck water in when we have an emergency.
Oh, we talked about that, yes.
So I already have a list, basic list made up of most of what it would take to put that together.
Okay, gonna be a lot of labor? I don't think so.
Not, the worst part's gonna be cutting in at the fill on the top of the tank, where Valley Pioneer fills in. If we do it and tap in there, we have not touched the integrity of the tank at all. Okay,
Good.
just weld it back in there and just have a spout going down. It feeds the same way as Valley Pioneer does.
Okay.
I have
And-
the saws to do
Yeah,
all that.
and then
Yeah.
it just comes out and runs down the tank. And I'll put a valve on and a quick connector at the base.
Yep.
So that's, I have a list on that. Last month, I wasn't able to talk about a situation where an individual was going around and saying
Sorry about
that
that.
another individual doesn't have water. Well, if an individual doesn't have water, it's on me as the maintenance manager to go check it out. I went over, I checked his meter, everything was fine. I then stopped at her place and asked her if it was on Friday, and she said yes, and I looked at her and I said, and you stood right there and watched me turn this valve off.
That's right.
And that was on Friday, so going around on Saturday saying he didn't have any water was an absolute lie, because she was there when we turned the water back on and she knew when it was on and off. So that took care of that, and then I had 13 calls, counting 4 voicemails from this individual harassing me. And so I'm making it official now, and I want it on record, that I am requesting a restraining order against this individual. So I wanted that on record.
That's good.
And then the last thing, the very last thing is, next week, on the 14th, you will have had to put up with me for 2 years, and you have my sympathy.
I don't know how we made it for 2 years.
And that's all I have.
Yeah,
It wasn't easy.
Hey, a little OCD never hurt anybody.
Well,
Anybody.
one thing we do need to bring up that we would have brought up at the last meeting is with Valley Pioneer with the brake
Yeah.
that was on their side. They ended up having 2 of them. We ended up if we didn't get the slug of the dirty water, no one would have known, because
That's right.
we were trucking
Right.
water in and we had it all, everything was full.
Everything was handled.
Until they gave us our little,
Yeah, just sort of sediment, yeah.
Yeah.
but we did correct that situation because of how they were flushing. We went down and.
We showed them how to fix it.
We showed them how to fix it and how to flush it
And they
correctly.
did fix it.
They did
Yes,
fix it,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
And we
now,
learned that we need to tell everybody that when we turn back on supply,
Yeah.
that they turned off their service.
yes,
That's another big lesson that we learned. We just didn't know that that was gonna be an issue. But if they had all turned off their service, that sediment wouldn't have gotten in their
well, and
house.
we flushed and everything else, they
Yeah,
did.
Yeah. We even flushed the tank.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we couldn't flush that part of it. So we did, we did learn with this situation.
Yeah,
We learned multiple
lessons.
issues, and that's why we
Right.
want to put that fill pipe down there at the main tank, so that way we can bring in larger water trucks and be
Yeah.
able to have two spots
Two
that
spots
we
to
can
fill,
fill.
yeah.
And if we don't have electricity and anything, then we can haul everything right up to here, and we
Yep.
don't need electricity.
Right.
So we've corrected that, and we'll put all this, implement all this into our
Yeah,
emergency response plan,
Yeah.
so that way everybody will have it and kind of correct that situation. But I do want to thank you for the hours that you put into it. I mean,
It was a little rough.
Put a lot of hours in the
Yeah,
last
we did.
month.
we were, like I say, spending a lot of time, and I thank you, because I mean, you spent a lot more than I did on it.
I do have one more thing, since you guys brought that up. Cassie had approached me when I was at yesterday's about possibly using a service that she had had when she worked at a church in California, I think that's what she said, where you pay a service to text who you put in, and you can put in different quadrants of people in, or set it up however you want, and they text those areas depending on what you have going on, and kind of an informational text, like I think Unisource sends one out like that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have costs on that yet, but are you guys interested in me looking into that? I mean,
Not
that's
right
gonna
now.
be a cost.
Not right now.
Not
because
right now. I
with
think
our
we
phone
put that-
service, it's a hit and miss how our phones all work around here.
Yeah.
Some phones work, some phones don't
Yeah.
work.
I mean,
So-
it's a good idea. It's
No, it is.
just-
It's a
It's
good-
just
yeah.
another expense,
But you
Look
know
into
and
what?
we don't have
Look
a
into
lot of,
We can, we'll talk about this, because I know I've done that at my previous employment, and
Let's
where
look
we
into it.
could do stuff, and
mass
it's like a mass,
Yes.
Right.
call or mass text, like a mass email.
Oh, yeah.
And those are, it's virtually free. I mean,
If
you
you
know,
do
if you
those yourself.
consider, yeah,
Yeah.
you just have to set it up, so I'll talk to you about it.
okay.
But no, something to look at. I mean, the more people that we can let know it is.
Well, yeah, and we'll see.
But see, not everybody has a cell phone. and
I know,
They don't
that's-
text. You
Yeah,
know, so, and not everybody has a computer, or they don't use their cell phones for email, you know?
Mhm.
And we only have, well, how many customers do we have, 186 maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
go door to door.
Okay.
Well, no, but
But you
right
don't
now,
have to-
we're responsible to put it at the post office.
Yep.
Yeah,
Put it at town hall, and we cover all of our legit, so we
Yeah.
have been following.
Yeah,
the
we're-
The
rules.
office,
we're
the
quite
office.
well
And
regulated.
that's what I got, the office.
Yeah.
and, yeah, we're not, because we have less than 300 people, we don't have to put it in the newspaper every time we have a leak or something.
Well, when we get there, we'll
or-
take care of it.
Well, then
Or
nobody's
send
reading
it.
the newspaper because we don't have a
No, we
newspaper.
don't have any newspaper.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, that was it.
okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to old business. Discussion and possible reaction on the buying repair parts and supplies from the infrastructure project. We already mostly talked about that, and we'll,
So,
Yeah,
we
well,
Once
don't
you-
wanna make just a motion on, we're gonna wait until
We
next
did
week.
only make a motion before to buy the parts with what the leftover money is, but I mean, if
Okay.
you want, I'll
I
make
I mean,
it.
maybe we don't need to drill down, we can just stick with parts.
yeah, that's.
Parts of the
what I
meter.
would-
well,
I
as
moved
far as I'm
that,
concerned, the meter's parts.
yeah, a meter
I
is a
think
part,
that's
because
part
you're
of
not
parts.
buying.
That's
the
part
whole
of parts,
A pump is a part.
yeah.
It's part of the.
Yeah, you
It
know,
is,
so
no,
I
it-
think
No, I
we're already-
understand that.
System, yeah.
we've already had a motion on that.
Yeah,
Okay,
adding to
all right.
those parts, I would like to say we should get some of the seals for the top of the main pumps.
We should have repair kits for all of those pumps.
Yeah.
And some of the check valves that are at the base.
Yeah.
Having a few of those, because I used the last one, And I did some work on the one that was jamming, and it does close now. So in an emergency, I could put it in, but we'd be better off with a new one.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
definitely.
get those.
So-
We have 4 pumps at each spot, so we can rotate.
Yes,
If we
I
have
can
issues,
isolate a
we
pump and turn it off.
We can
Yeah.
rotate to the other pump until we can get those, the sooner we have them, just like you did with the.
We only use 3 of the 4 pumps every day,
No, no.
so I can turn one off and start another one.
Yeah,
But being able, that way we can work on them.
yeah.
But, yeah, I thought those, we should have a few.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. So, okay,
I have one more thing.
okay.
Since we got the generator down, the backup generator from Mineral Park, we haven't had one power outage. We haven't had to use it, which I think is a really good thing. But I was wondering if we can, how do we check it? How?
It automatically starts.
It automatically
Does it?
starts.
Oh, they can, okay.
It's on a timer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
15 minutes a week or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's,
10 or 15.
yeah, something like that. Well, they should run at least 10 or 15, so. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, all right, new business. Discussion and any action on the final budget for fiscal year 26 and 27. Has anybody got any comments or questions?
Me and Kathy spent,
I know, you guys spent a lot of time on
It's
it.
been a whole month on it.
Yeah, yeah,
well, we
so,
went back, not just this year, last year, we went back numerous years to
Yeah.
kind of.
yeah, I know, you guys spent a lot of time.
So, correct the situation, so I make a motion that we approve the budget as, was it correct with the corrections?
Yeah.
With the
With-
corrections,
With the corrections.
yes.
I'll second.
All in favor? So passed. Okay, next item. A discussion on possible change of venue for future meetings. Anybody have any thought on that?
I did put it on there.
I'd like to move it over to the water board
Okay.
office, just because right now, when we're dealing with the heat.
Well, yeah,
And if we have a big pour or a
we'll,
big,
we'll do something.
We'll go to
We'll
town
across the
hall.
street.
We have
Yeah.
only 2 people that want to come.
Yeah,
we
There's
can
still
do that.
room, we
yeah.
can still do
The
it.
problem with the town hall, it has no air conditioning.
No,
either.
but it,
Yeah, well, it'll be the same, because those 2 swamp coolers, you turn them on, you can't hear
Can't
them.
hear 'em.
yeah,
Nobody can hear anything. Okay, I'd like a motion and a second to move the next meeting to the water board office.
A motion to move it.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? So passed. I think this is a discussion on the approval for the waiver when we work on customers' property. And we do that occasionally when we can't help, but something we have to do when we get stuff tore up. I think everybody's seen that.
yeah.
You got any corrections, questions?
No, and I don't think anybody should have a problem with it, you know.
No.
We're doing work on their property.
Well, yeah.
Because they asked us to.
And this is all,
You know.
the most of
It
this is just,
it relieves us of responsibility or future responsibility.
and the most of this is boilerplate.
Yes.
You know, so, okay, I'd like a motion and a second to approve the, possible, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong line, the customer waiver.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passed. Okay, the next item is a call to the public. People wishing to address the board.
Jack and Diana.
That's like
Um,
a song.
What?
That's a song.
Jack and Diana? I don't, little ditty about Jack and Diana.
Okay, people wishing to address the board need not request permission in advance to fill out a form when they get here. Time limit will be 3 minutes. The board will not discuss anything. This is mainly for the customer to talk. We won't discuss anything, we won't answer any questions. And don't forget, you have a 3-minute limit. So, Jack,
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have only positive statements tonight. One of the things I noticed is thank God and you folks for adopting the call to the public. that call to the public, it seems like a simple little thing. But I've been working with that thing for 26 years, and I can tell you it's got lots and lots and lots of facets that can work towards your ends. It lets you control the meetings, lets you color things the way you want them to be colored, and you can use it to your advantage whenever you want, and with that, I'll leave that alone. But I got one more thing to say. You folks up here have some problems with telephones. Some here, some there, some the other. I have a radio net, both on radios, shortwave radios, ham radios. They're cheap, they're available, they work like the dickens, and you can use them up here. You don't
Can't give them out to everybody.
Pardon?
Can't give them out to everybody.
I'm not suggesting you
Well,
give them out to everybody.
Okay,
I'm suggesting that you, the board, and your key people have them, not to provide communication for the community, but for your business function. And with that, I'll shut
We
up.
actually have some.
We have local people that have the hands radio.
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
we've got that covered.
It
But
works
we're not
well.
licensed either.
Thank you for
Yeah,
your time.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Mr. Supervisor.
I didn't sign up.
Oh, Diana, I'm sorry. All right, Diana, you're up.
I'm starting. Are you starting? Let's coordinate our time.
You start it now.
Started.
Thank you. All right. I had a talk prepared. It's out the window now because of how the night went on. I am going to address Ron's talk about last month's meeting. And just for the record, I want everyone to know that I emailed a request regarding the call to the public 3 weeks in advance, asking that the attorney be consulted and let me know what the attorney said before the next meeting. I got no answer. I came up before the meeting started and asked you, did you consult the attorney? And the whole brouhaha started then. I did not interrupt a meeting. I had emailed ahead of time, and I asked ahead of time. Please don't be that way, Ron. That's not nice. I'm going to address Valerie. I have listened to every video that we've had so far. And I am aware of everything that we're doing and not doing. And I don't know how I take so much time, because when I make my requests or send my emails, I don't get any answers back. I barely get the information that I asked for. I don't know how it takes so much time, but there's that. I'm going to address Lau. I wrote a letter of complaint regarding Lau and my interactions recently and how he involved me in my neighbor's account inappropriately, and how his behavior toward me has been very rude, including right now. And I'm not comfortable with him being the person that's in charge here, because he's been aggressive to me a couple of times already. So I just want that to be on the record. The next thing I'd like to be on the record is the Zoom meeting that we had 3 days after the shutdown hearing. We consulted the attorney finally, and the attorney backed me up and said, you do get to talk about things that are not on the agenda at the call to the public. That was my question of you. We've had this ongoing difference of opinion, and I've held that you can talk about anything that's not on the agenda. You guys have held that you can't, and the attorney backed me up. That's what I was trying to clear up before the meeting got shut down. I really don't appreciate, I'm not making smart aleck head shakings to y'all when you're talking to me, so please don't do that to me. That's just very rude. Then I'm looking at this room that was filled last month because people had notice. People don't get notice now. 24 hours notice of this rescheduling is not fair to the community. 24 hours, 48 hours notice of that Zoom meeting was not fair to the community. Having the meetings on Zoom only was not fair to the community.
Your time's up. Please sit down. Thank you for your comments.
Can we respond to any of that?
I want to get started.
Yeah, you're right.
That's part of
Because
the
it'll
job,
be a-
is that we can
Yeah.
only, if somebody asks us a question.
Are we done with this
about-
part of it? Because
Yeah.
one thing
Okay.
I do want to say is, with it, is our meetings are every Wednesday,
The second
second Wednesday of every month. It's been that way forever and ever and ever and ever. If anybody needs, the chamber newsletter has the meetings in it. So if anybody has the chamber letter that's posted at the
It's posted at the
post
post
office and around town,
Around town.
and the calendar, it has the meeting dates for multiple functions that are going on, so it is available. Our meetings are posted at the post office and at the water building, legally and everything else. We are following the rules.
That's where we have to post them.
And that's
The
it. So I
budget
thank you
review.
with that, with it, so,
Okay.
and that's all, I mean, that's all I have to say. is
Okay.
It is,
Can I have a meeting, motion to adjourn the meeting?
My motion to
Second? All say in favor, say aye.
all right.